podcast number 12, how to start something new. Welcome to everybody. And hi, Susan, how are you?
Hi, Alessandro. I'm doing great. I'm full of energy. And you, how are you?
I'm great. Super amazed. And I'm very happy to discuss about this subject today because it's very interesting and it can help a lot of people because we are not used to step out from our comfort zone, even if we know that it's very useful. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think you're the best one to talk about right now, right? Because I don't know, I've heard that you are into something new right now, right? Like, or did you starting something? Do you want
I,
to tell us about it?
yes, actually, yes. I am almost ready to go abroad and start my new adventure like a digital nomad. So I'm selling everything here. I'm
Wow.
letting go all my stuff, all my comfort, because actually it's about this one, about letting go my life that I'm living now and starting something new. And it's very interesting because when we want to do something new, for example, now this adventure, now that I need and I want to go abroad, I have to let go something about myself. I need to feel a part of me because
Yeah.
I can grow, I can have something new if I don't let go a part of me.
And that's the hard part, right? I mean, I feel you. I mean, I traveled the world myself for 2 years, and I think that that was also the hardest moment was when I knew I had to say goodbye, and I didn't even know. I mean, I hadn't like I didn't have like a fixed plan when I would come back, so I just said goodbye to my family. I said goodbye to my friends, and but I didn't know what was coming next. So I think for me, the hardest part was letting go. I mean, not forever, but still like for an unknown time of
Mhm.
friends, of an environment that I know, my apartment, and everything that I was familiar with, in exchange for something that I don't know yet. Or how do you feel? I mean,
It's exactly the same, except something, no, not except. And I want to add something
yeah,
because I'm sure, 100% sure that happened to you as well. I don't know, I have no idea how it's gonna be in the future, but I have this feeling inside myself that it's gonna be good, that this decision is good. This is something that I need to do. It's a step necessary for my life. And very often when we listen ourselves, when we go inside, we found this calling and we know that we are going in the right direction because too many times we think too much. We think that our brain is the chief of our life, but our brain sometimes is not so wise for our future and for exit from our comfort zone.
yeah. I wouldn't even say it's the chief. I would say we make it the chief, but
Mhm.
in truth, it should be the executor. In a sense of like it should help us and support us to execute what we truly on the inside feel is our calling. That sounds weird. Like I would like the intuition, maybe like something you just know you are super attracted to. You just don't know why. You just know it's super right for you.
Mhm.
And your brain should have the job to make that happen, that what feels right to you and not the other way around. But I felt also that I don't know. I mean, I think in a certain way, I mean, I felt conditioned to kind of like solve everything with my head instead of just saying, wait, I'm going to make the experience first and feel it. And then I will see if it's right for me. And if not, I let go and
Mhm.
change direction. I think that's And that's hard because I really feel we live in a society where everything, we try to solve everything with our head.
Exactly. And very often we trust too much our mind, and it should be, how you said, the machine that helps us to make a plan, not to
Yeah.
block from a dream.
Yeah. Yeah, because very often I think we take it a little bit too serious. I mean, I can say for myself, I think when I quit my job, I mean, I had a safe, permanent position, and I quit my job to go traveling. And for a moment, I felt like the world was coming to an end. I was so scared. And I think if I would have taken those fears seriously, in a sense of saying, okay, because I feel afraid and scared, I shouldn't do it, I wouldn't have had the two most beautiful years of my life. And after those 2 years, I would almost say that fear is kind of like the price you pay for true happiness in a certain way. Because usually, like, adventure and feeling alive is like waiting at the other side after fear. Like, but you have to go through this moment of, and you have to stand with it, just to stay and to stick and to be like, okay, I'm uncomfortable now. Yes, that's it. That's it. I will still do it. It just shows me that I'm out of my comfort zone. Or I don't know, how do you feel about it? I'm sure you were scared a bit as well, right?
No, totally scared. And most of all, for a long time, I've been very scared. Now I feel better, but for a long time, I was, my fear was like everywhere. Everywhere I looked, it was like I could see a danger. Even in the future, in the future, I I was picturing a future that it was horrible.
Yeah.
And this was something that really killed me a lot and killed my dreams for a long time. And in the moment that I start to think that if I think that it can be go wrong, something, it can also go right. And when I start to take this new path, I start to trust more myself. And this was very powerful for me, because I stopped to doubt myself. I stopped to block myself from taking some steps that were very necessary, and trusting myself. It is mandatory for myself.
Yeah. But I think, like, at least that's what I've experienced. Trust comes when you do not give into fear, meaning when you do the things that you're scared of, and when you do all of that despite of fear, because otherwise fear, I feel like, just grows and grows and grows. When you do not, yeah, as you said, when you do not create something else actively, and when you not step forward and move forward and say, okay, so one step at a time, it's something new. Yes, I will be a beginner. I will make mistakes, and that's fine. Sometimes it will be cool, sometimes it will suck, and that's also fine.
Yeah.
It's all part of the experience. Just be patient with yourself, but move. I think that was something that I said to myself, like, despite of fear, just move.
Just move. And what you said before, it is very interesting. You said just do some steps, and I trust a lot in baby steps, because sometimes we go too far away with our mind. Very simple example, because now we are talking about starting something new that it's huge, like leaving
like changing your complete life, like,
yes, exactly. But it can be also like learning a new instrument.
Yeah.
And maybe I started to learn how to play a guitar, and I already think, okay, but how is gonna be when I play in front of people? Wait, before maybe you need to learn the first step, and then the second one, and then the third one, and then maybe you're gonna play in front of some people, and at that moment you can judge, but don't go too far.
Not before,
Yes, we
not
need to,
before.
because in that moment it's very scary, because it's too big, the picture. It's like me now, if I think about leaving and go abroad, and I start to think how we can be in 2-3 years. One moment, I start to think, how is it for my pension if I leave Switzerland and then I don't pay anymore the taxes? And oh man, it's in 30 years, my pension. It can happen a lot of stuff. And at that moment, I start to think, I realized that, you know what, I'm overthinking.
Yes. And I think, and that's what is, yeah, I think that's also the point. In the end, also our fears paint pictures that are so far away from true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I look back now, for example, to my travel, to those 2 years, before I left, I don't know, I had so many horror stories in my head. But I mean, I had good stories in my head as well, but also some like creepy horror stories of what could happen in what kind of fucked up hospital I could end up or whatever. I mean, I don't know, like some stories I had in my head, definitely. But what I really wasn't prepared for, that this time would be so massively good for me. And this, I would say, like when I look back also at smaller events, I would say that always applied. When I was scared, usually it turned out to be one of the best things in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, also, I mean, I found my husband in Mexico, and yeah, I mean, it was big when I felt that. I mean, we got married after a year, and it was clear for us after 3 months. Only after 3 months, we know we really wanted to be together, and I've never felt that I was against marriage before, to be honest. And it was scary at the beginning because it was so big, and I knew it would change our life, and I had no idea if we would stay in Mexico or if we would stay in Germany. I mean, everything wasn't like, it was just, we would figure that out at some point, right? And it was just so beautiful. It was, I mean, my peers were there, but the reality was it was the best decision of my life.
Mm-hmm.
To go all in. And there were so many other, I don't know, I mean, at least for me it was always the case. Like when I was scared, usually it was one of the biggest opportunities in my life, and one of the, turned very often in one of the best moments.
And you needed to go all in, because I'm sure that also some people who listen us think that is not necessary, or they want to have a safe zone, and so they prefer go like 70, 60.
No, definitely it's a no. No, because no, it doesn't work. I know it doesn't work, because the thing is, like, when you're not all in, you're all out. I saw that also from recent experience. I actually registered my business like 2 weeks ago, and I really like, was the feeling of, okay, now I will be all in. I will really make a real true effort of having my own business. I will do it no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And before I had this idea, but it was more like a maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Nothing happened in my life. I was just scared, and I was like, maybe I could do this, and like having a lot of pictures in my head how this could turn out. But then when I really made that clear decision, and I also decided, no, I will like just go this path now, things actually started to happen. Like within a week, I suddenly had my first client. And I didn't even promote much that I would be a coach now and I would do this. Like, I mean, it just started to evolve naturally just because I moved clearly in this direction. I feel like when we are in like not undecisive, we are neither going to the left nor to the right. We're just in the middle, stuck.
Yeah, I totally agree. In my mind, it's like having two partners and not being able to decide with who you want to stay. And at the end, you're gonna lose both of them. And in the same, it's also in life. If you don't go all in one direction, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, and I think also because when you do not make a clear decision, all your energy, I mean, that's how I feel, all your energy goes into like this insecurity you feel on the inside. Like, maybe I could go this way, maybe I could that. No. And so you lose and you spend all your energy on kind of like, I don't know, like it goes into that insecurity. It just, all your energy goes into that insecurity. So you could use it so well into just starting to create your path.
Yeah, I agree also because from my point of view, mentally, when you don't go all in, actually you are saying, I'm not sure, I'm doubting, and I don't trust myself. I don't really believe that it's possible.
Yeah.
And as much as you think in this way, and more you increase this self-doubt and you decrease your results. And when you decrease your results, you feel even more insecure.
Yeah, I think it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because in the end, when you already think at the beginning, I'm not sure if it will work. I mean, that's how your effort will look like as well. You will do something a little bit and then you will stop again. And then you will do something a little bit and then you will stop. And at some point you will be like, it didn't work.
I was right.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, the truth is, no, it would have worked if you would have been all in. I mean, it's actually a lesson that I learned on my way because sometimes it was the same for me. I was like, sometimes I was really, yeah, I could try this out. Now, actually, when I catch myself saying trying, I'm like, no, don't go this way. Just don't, because trying is killing everything. Like, do it or don't. That's it. Make a choice.
Yeah, exactly. And doing a step back, why do you think that it's important to start something new?
I think it's what makes us feel alive because it's provokes growth and it's pure expansion and it helps us also to discover ourselves, to understand, because I think for me also discovering yourselves can only be done by experience. You can't think your way through life. You can't think yourself towards yourself. You need to experience what works, and then you but to do that you need to experiment, you need to try out, you need to find out what's good, what works and what doesn't. And it will be different for everybody. I think what I'm like naturally attracted to will be very different for me than what will be for you. And I mean, sure, we will have some things in common, but still, you know what I mean.
And if I want to provoke, imagine someone who says, okay, you know what? I'm happy with my life. I don't need something new because I'm doing very good. I'm very happy with my comfort. And why should I start something new?
To be honest, then I would say it's your choice. first of all, it's your choice. I mean, nobody needs to. I mean, I love it because I feel it makes me feel a lot more alive. And it helps me to live to the fullest. For me, I really feel it's not enough to just live a little bit. It's a like do or don't do life. That's, I think, the thing for me as well. Like, well, I mean, I'm here, so I also want to live it properly and not just a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's also it's a choice. I mean, but I would also say, like, try it out, make an experience how it's like to extend your comfort zone, and if you don't like it, well, you can still stay in it.
You know, do you know the wheel of life?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Just to explain, it's a circle with a lot of segments where you can put like family, love, friendship, job, career, whatever, and then you rate from 0 to 10 each one. And to the people who says I really love my life, I will suggest to try to do this exercise. It's very, very simple. And I'm pretty much sure that even them, they will not find 10 in each areas. And so maybe one is 8, maybe one is 7, maybe one is 10. Amazing. But if it's not 10, it means that it means something from your fully happiness. So in that area, in that part, you can try something new. You can evolve, and you can push yourself to find a way to be fully happy and to reach this point of 10. Because actually life goes on. And if we stay stuck, it's dangerous, because maybe we will slowly die.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, wow, that sounds hard. Oh, that sounds like we'll slowly die. What the hell? No, but no, I understand. I know what you mean. Ooh, we have our moment here. No, but I think, yeah, no, I understand what you mean. I think also the thing is, our world is changing more and more rapidly. Change is just so constant, and we can see it even more now with all like the metaverse coming, AI coming. I don't know whatever will come next. I have no idea, but it's constantly changing. And when we're not changing and not adapting, yeah, sometimes at some point you were right, we will fall behind. And I don't want that to turn out into any stress or something. I think it's, as I said, for me, it's all about exploration. It's really like finding out, and also like what you mentioned with this wheel of life. I think it shouldn't be like a stressful rat race saying I will only be fine if I'm at my 10 out of 10 in every segment. I think from my standpoint, it's also very important to just be grateful for where we're at right now, because I know we made our best effort to be where we are. But I think for me, it's also, I don't know, for example, when I look at my husband, to be honest, every day, I love him really so much. And for me, to be honest, an 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 from my side is not enough for a relationship, because I want to be the best person possible for him as well. I mean, I want to give my best, so I want to be at my best as well, because
I totally agree with you, and I don't want that this exercise will be something stressful, but something, a picture of what I think about my life. Because
just
if it's 7 to 10 or 6 to 10, doesn't mean that I don't like it, but I think that it can be improved.
And I think it also gives a lot of clarity to see, okay, what is actually your 10 out of 10? Like, what's your desired ideal state? I think it also makes you think a lot about, okay, what is it actually? What is ideal? How would you feel most comfortable with what's your 10 out of 10 life?
Yeah, exactly. For example, one part can be like creativity. Okay, so what is creativity for me? It can be like drawing. It can be like talking with random people. I don't know if it create something new.
Yeah.
It can be whatever.
Yeah.
And it's exactly this exercise, discovering what it's creativity for me, and
Yeah.
start trying without
Totally.
feeling judged, without feeling wrong, because this is often what blocks us, I think,
Yeah.
because we feel not good in this society.
Yeah. So, Alessandro, when really somebody wants to start something new, is hesitating, a bit scared, a bit fearful, a bit like, so much uncertainty, what practical recommendations would you give to that person? What would you say?
I will do two things. First one, visualization,
Yeah.
and feel the emotions in the moment that I want to reach. And this one is very helpful because you start to understand what do you feel inside about the life that you really would like to have. This one, visualization, I think that it's very, very powerful, and we should do it every day, even short time, even just 1 minute. It's fine, but just do it every single day, and then do very, how we said before, baby step.
Yeah.
Very baby step, to not go too far away, and don't stress yourself too much about all the things, because it's very important to feel comfortable with all the situation. Also because our comfort zone, if I am in my comfort zone and I want to stretch it, so go outside a bit, it's already a bit stressful. But if I go too far away, I will come back because it's
Too
too
much.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, at some point when you are a little bit outside your comfort zone long enough, it will turn into your new comfort zone.
Yes, yes, exactly.
I mean, that's also something that I've really experienced over time. I mean, now with my husband, I speak Spanish. Would you have said that to me 5 years ago? I would have said, "Are you crazy? No way." I didn't speak a word, by the way, really, no word, nothing. So that would have been like way out of my comfort zone, but now it's just normal. And I think we also tend to forget so quickly that all the things that are normal right now in our life have been out of our comfort zone at some point.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I always use this example about learning how to walk. And I don't think that each of us, when we start to fall down, when we were kids, babies, at the first time we said, okay, no, it's not for me. I don't walk anymore in my life. No, we continued, and it was uncomfortable. We fall down and hit our face maybe 10 times, but it's okay. Now we can walk.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
exactly the same with everything.
Yeah. And I think for me also, what's always important to kind of have a supportive network around you. And I think what's best when you're surrounded by people who've already done what you're about to do, because then you can get some advice, can get tips, they can push you a little bit, and you're laughing, yeah. And that I feel that makes it a lot easier because you kind of have a counterweight. Like the counterweight is like visualization. I agree, because it's a positive counterweight like against the fear, like holding against it in a certain way. And but also a supportive network really, for me, it really helps. So
exactly, because we know very well how is it. We can imagine ourselves having somebody who always says you are doing something stupid, or somebody who is saying, you know what, you can do it, or doing asking question to push us and to have good answers, and push us to be the best of us.
yeah. And I think also for me important is really like finding a good way to manage fear, because I think that's really something. It's just part of that game. It's like it's I would say, yeah, it's like just playing a game with the fear as well in a certain way when you leave your comfort zone and seeing it as a side product of your expansion, right? It's just also now, I mean, I'm still this, I mean, I feel fear for sure, but sometimes I'm just like, awesome, it's good because I'm leaving my comfort zone. Yes, it's just, I see it as a sign, as a signal that a sign of expansion. And so it's less threatening to me. It feels less threatening to me when I see it this way.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I believe that if something doesn't scare you, it's not big enough.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
but
as you say, I think the balance is important, right? When it's like too far out of comfort zone, you just want to go back right away. It's like,
and because we talk about fear, that it's very important. I think that is it's mandatory also to say that it's the next topic for the next episode. So,
oh,
conquering fear, unleashing your full potential. So this is our next topic. So now we are talking about starting something new, and next time we talk about how to do it, like conquering our fear.
ooh, yeah, we already talked a little bit about it, but I can't wait to really like, yes, get full on it. It will be awesome. Thank you, Alessandro.
Thank you, Susan.